Soon all will tremble before me! You have powers! Yeah, baby!
Honey!
What?
Where's my super suit?
What?
Where is my super suit?
Hey everybody, The Incredibles is back. If you didn't know, they're doing a sequel to The Incredibles. It's coming out after Deadpool 2 next June. It's like June 15th, I think, is when it's dropping. And if you haven't seen it, you absolutely have to watch The Incredibles. In the way that Kevin Conroy's animated Batman is one of the best Batman portrayals of all time, The Incredibles is one of the best superhero movies of all time. It just happens to be animated. So it will have been 14 years since the first film dropped, which I know sounds crazy, but the first film came way before Marvel Phase 1, way before that first Iron Man movie blew everything up, even before Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. So in the way that movies like Deadpool have started parodying the genre, like making fun of all superhero movies in general, Deadpool 2 will continue to do that. Incredibles did that way back in the early 2000s. It's just been so long that people don't talk about the film as much. But just to explain what's going on with the sequel, within the world of the film, it's only been a little while, so even though it's been 14 years in real life, Incredibles 2 is only going to pick up a little bit after the first movie ends. So when the movie picks up, they still don't know Jack has powers, like they're going to find out through the course of the movie. That's kind of what this teaser is telling you, like, holy crap, you have powers, this is great. What are the actual powers that we've seen Jack manifest? It's just basically been every power you could possibly imagine. So I'm guessing that he's either replicating someone else's powers, or it's kind of a Franklin Richards situation where he can just create new things in his mind. Like he just feels like a new power, so he automatically has it. Like there are certain superheroes that can manifest any power that they want. There was the final battle from the first film where we see him morph into a demon. He goes full firestorm. He transforms himself into complete metal, just making himself incredibly heavy. He can slip himself through the molecules of substances the way the Flash phases through things, so he phases into this area here before he gives off his heat vision. He gives off another heat burst, he gives off some lightning, so obviously they're just going to be using him for a lot of comedy during the film. He'll be like the baby Groot of the film, like someone who's really cute, but is crazy powerful and doesn't know how to control their powers, so it just winds up being really funny. But pretty much all of the main actors are coming back. Samuel L. Jackson is going to come back to do Frozone. They haven't said anything about who the villain's going to be. They've been super secretive about this, and Brad Bird has been working on it for, I think, about the past 4 years or so. The only new cast members we know about are Bob Odenkirk and Catherine Keener, but we don't know who they're playing, so we don't know who the big villain of the movie is going to be. The only minor change they made to the original family is that because the actor who did the voice for the son is now way too old, they just had to recast him. But other than that, everybody's the same. They blew up their house at the end of the last movie when Syndrome was trying to steal Jack. So their new house in the movie will be half superhero lair, half regular house, and they'll sort of swap roles a little bit. And because Bob got in so much trouble at his last day job, Helen is the one that has the day job now. He stays at home. Then once everybody gets back from school and work, they moonlight as superheroes. But I think part of the idea is you follow the logic of the first film. So what happened is there used to be a lot of superheroes chasing around a lot of supervillains like you would see in Gotham, like Batman gives rise to a lot of villains. But then in the backstory of this world before that first movie, superheroes sort of went out of vogue or they were all killed. So there was just a period where a lot of superheroes went into retirement. So I think the idea is that now that they're back out doing superhero stuff, that a bunch of other villains will start popping up Batman style. So in addition to whoever the big bad ends up being, there'll probably be a bunch of smaller villains popping up for them to take down in really hilarious ways. But let me know in the comments, what's your favorite moment from the original movie? And what'll probably happen is they'll release the full trailer sometime early next year, so that's when we'll probably actually find out who the villain is. But I still think that No Capes montage is probably one of the wittiest takedowns of a superhero movie ever. Like, everybody thinks about Capes, Superman, it's great. It looks very iconic, but Edna Mode just pokes so many holes in the logic of needing to wear a cape.
You remember Thunderhead? Tall, storm powers. Nice man, good with kids.
Listen.
November 15th of 58. All was well, another day saved, when his cape snagged on a missile pin.
Thunderhead was not the brightest bulb.
Stratogale, April 23rd, 57. Cape caught in a jet turbine.
You can't generalize about this.
Metaman, express elevator. Dynaguy, snag on takeoff. Splashdown, sucked into a vortex. No cape.
But the thing they've done since then is they've actually explained the logic of why Superman wears a cape. Like, it actually does help him fly just a little bit, but it is kind of hilarious because he's so overpowered. Like, why would you need a cape if you're that powerful? But speaking of capes, I'm going to be posting my spoilery Justice League review next. Obviously, I have a bunch of Easter egg videos to get through, so make sure you subscribe to get everything if you're just finding me for the first time. But while you wait for everything, click here to rewatch that Deadpool 2 trailer, and you can click here for the brand new teaser for the Fortnite crossover. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.